So in what the opposition actually thought would leave the ruling party with fewer answers, Home Minister Amit Shah actually gave his longest speech of the parliament. This speech went beyond 2 hours. Of course, the most important highlight of his speech was that he did not politicize the whole rape incident in Manipur. He talked about how this is a gruesome incident that should not be wished upon any woman on this earth. He did not talk about sexual crimes in other parts of the country. So that was one important thing. Other than that, it's very important to note that Amit Shah came completely packed with data to answer all the queries that were being put to him in the last not just few days but few months, because this was also the Home Minister, who's also one of the most important political campaigners for the BJP, setting the tone for 2024. So broadly, if you look at the speech, while Manipur was an important aspect of it, he also spoke politically. In fact, he listed out the most important achievements of the 9.5 years of the Narendra Modi governance. While speaking politically, he was very snarky about Rahul Gandhi's entry and sort of rise in politics. He said that in the last 13, he has heard about Rahul Gandhi being launched. He didn't use his name, of course, but it was very evident. He talked about one particular leader being launched over 13 times in the past. He spoke about this one woman called Kalavati that Rahul Gandhi, all of us know, had gone and spent the night with at her residence. She's a poor Dalit woman, and Rahul Gandhi was sort of reaching out to a lot of poor people back then. So Amit Shah spoke about that. He also gave political answers to his opponents, including Gaurav Gogoi and Supriya Sule, because in the last one day, as part of the no confidence debate, both of these leaders had basically raised a lot of questions. Mr. Gogoi had pointed out, had asked very pointed questions about Manipur, on the stealing of arms, on the condition of women in Manipur, and also police inaction. And Supriya Sule had talked about BJP sort of being instrumental in governments, governments falling in certain states, and BJP doing internal politics and sort of poaching leaders and all that. And Amit Shah was very quick to talk about her own father and NCP Supremo Sharad Pawar doing the same in his peak years. To Gaurav Gogoi also, he spoke about how during the Congress and the UPA rule, Manipur had actually seen worst crimes, and during that time it was only MOS Home Rajesh Pilot who basically had visited the state, and there was nobody else, not even the Prime Minister, not even the Home Minister, who would actually take care of these things. There used to be bands, hartals, and there used to be strikes throughout, and there would never be a discussion on Manipur during the UPA time. But now he said that Narendra Modi's form of governance has actually brought the Northeast as one of the highlights of governance. He spoke about 3 turbulent areas and the government action in each one of them, including Kashmir, the Naxalite region, and of course the Northeast. On Manipur problem, he was very clear that this is some sort of an exceptional situation, because he explained the whole context to it, because he said that this violence was also triggered because of this Manipur High Court judgment basically giving the ST status to the Meitei community, and how that was also done in some ways not taking the ST Commission or the state government or the centre into confidence. So there are these things that he pointed out. What actually stood out was the confidence that Mr. Shah spoke with, and it was very clear that he made it a point to repeat again and again that post-independence, it's Narendra Modi, probably one of the most popular leaders that the country has seen. He called him the most popular leader that the country has seen since post-independence, and he also talked about several governance schemes, including welfare schemes for farmers, and also governance during COVID, which he said was exceptional, and which probably also helped the country manage COVID so well and not really have that many cases as we have seen in Western countries. With respect to Manipur, of course, he maintained a non-aggressive tone, and he also made an appeal to both the Meitei and the Kuki communities to come forward and sort of spell peace in the state. Towards the end of the speech, of course, he asked both the opposition and the ruling parties to come together and appeal for peace in the state, but of course the opposition did not agree to it. Now what Amit Shah said today also sets the tone for what probably Mr. Modi is likely to speak tomorrow, the PM is likely to speak tomorrow evening, and that again is going to be an interesting debate.